Growing up in Akwa Ibom State, Nigeria, there is this dish that brings back memory, and that is Ekpang Nkukwo. From the smell of the cocoyam leaf to the taste of the porridge, a thing about it feels like home. Today, I'm taking you along as I prepare this special traditional dish. Guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ndifreke. If you are new to this channel, you are welcome. Please don't forget to subscribe, give us a thumbs up, share and leave a comment. So guys, let's begin. Ekpang Nkukwo is a traditional Ibibio Efik delicacy. Ibibio Efik, I mean Akwa Ibom State and Cross River State of Nigeria. The meal is made by grating cocoyam and wateryam. Then it will give you a mixture which you will use cocoyam leaf or sometimes pumpkin leaf to wrap the mixture. It depends on what you like. Personally, I like using nkukwo, that's cocoyam leaf. Cocoyam leaf is called nkukwo in Akwa Ibom. I love using cocoyam leaf because it gives me this taste and aroma that I love so much. The Ekpang Nkukwo's name is derived from cocoyam and cocoyam leaf. So you could hear us calling it Ekpang Nkukwo. Whenever you are in Akwa Ibom or Cross River, please do well to request for Ekpang Nkukwo. You will come back here and tell me thank you. Growing up in my parents' house, my mom is allergic to cocoyam and cocoyam leaf. She likes using pumpkin leaf to wrap ekpang. One day, I visited a friend and she offered to give me Ekpang Nkukwo made with nkukwo leaf. And I so much enjoyed it that when I came back, I told my mom that when I'm married, I won't be using pumpkin leaf to wrap my ekpang. So she told me it's because she's allergic to those, that she's allergic to cocoyam. That's why she doesn't use it. Moreover, even when she prepares Ekpang Nkukwo for us, she didn't used to eat it. So we were the only ones consuming Ekpang Nkukwo in my house. When I got married, I started cooking my ekpang with cocoyam leaf, and it gives me this nice flavor and taste. These are the ingredients you will need for a delicious Ekpang Nkukwo. We have crayfish, pepper, smoked fish, bonga fish, periwinkle, the one with shell, spices, example, country onions. Whether you are in Nigeria or outside Nigeria, you could check in an African shop for country onions. If you add country onions to your Ekpang Nkukwo, it will give you another taste. So we have, in conclusion, we have seasoning cubes, your salt with red oil, and so on, the preferred protein of your choice. Sometimes cook my Ekpang Nkukwo with goat head, and it gives me another taste. Ekpang Nkukwo is rich, thick, and a delicious African meal that you will love to taste. It's a traditional dish that is always served in traditional marriages, coronation, and every other activity. Ekpang Nkukwo is one meal that a woman that just put to bed will have to take. In Akwa Ibom, Nigeria, we believe that when a woman puts to bed, she is to go back to her house, that is the mother's house. The mother will come and pick her for Nkowoman. Nkowoman is the time a woman stays with the mother so that she will be able to take care of her, especially the first 3 months of birth. Ekpang Nkukwo is a dish that is always given to a woman that just put to bed, and it helps in lactation. I can remember when I gave birth to my first child and I was staying with my parents for the first 3 months. I knew Ekpang Nkukwo is fattening. I told my mom to reduce the way she will cook Ekpang Nkukwo for me. In fact, all my meals, I had to reduce the way I take my meals, because if I want to take it the way it is supposed to be, I would have been on the fat side by now. Mom helped me also because I knew the hormones in my body has expanded. So I don't need to add too much food, too much fatty food to my body. I reduce my intake of ekpang, but ekpang is a special meal that a woman that just put to bed will have to take in Akwa Ibom and Cross River. Ekpang Nkukwo is a thick, rich, and delicious meal. It is rich in carbohydrate, it has protein, it has fat and oil. It's a very good source of energy. Ekpang Nkukwo is what you will need to learn how to cook, or you have a test of it. So guys, come along with me as I show you how I prepare my delicious Ekpang Nkukwo. Leaf which I got from a farm close to me. I separated the cocoyam leaf from the stems. It's a very long process, but you need to start one step at a time. This cocoyam leaf is what is called Nkukwo in Akwa Ibom. So you have to make sure you separate it because you wouldn't want the stems of the cocoyam leaf. I added water to the cocoyam leaf. I added potash water to the cocoyam leaf. I will leave this for like an hour. This is my cocoyam and my wateryam that I will be using for my Ekpang Nkukwo. After peeling it, I added hot water to the cocoyam because the hot water will help to reduce the itching while you are grating your cocoyam. This is what I learned in later years of my life. The best way to wash your cocoyam in order to avoid itching on your hands or palms is to use hot water. Wash it thoroughly. I added the second part of the hot water to the cocoyam. When I'm adding the hot water, I also need to put a little cold water to it. That is basically what I do in order to avoid itching. This is my local grater that I will be using to grate my cocoyam and my wateryam. Though a lot of people may see this for the very first time in their life, this is what we use in grading our cocoyam. It will make the cocoyam come out very smoothly. Though some people go to the market or use their blender to blend it, it will still give you a nice texture. But this is what I've been using to grate my cocoyam. After grating my cocoyam, I will make sure I mix the cocoyam and the wateryam together. I then added seasoning cubes and a little salt to the mixture. You have to make it incorporate very well. Then set it aside. This is my cocoyam leaf that I added potash water. The next thing to do is to wash out your cocoyam leaf. You have to wash it thoroughly to make sure it's very clean. I set my pot aside. I added palm oil and periwinkle with the shell to give it a base. Then I now started wrapping my cocoyam and my wateryam. This will take about 3 hours because I don't have anyone at home with me to help me. So I did it all by myself. It will take a long time, like I said. You need to wrap your cocoyam tiny. I like wrapping it tiny. I don't like it in a big form. Some people like wrapping their ekpang in a bigger form, like wrapping it to be big, but I don't like it that way. I prefer to wrap it tiny, so it takes a little time for me to finish wrapping my Ekpang Nkukwo. Ekpang Nkukwo is a food that takes a longer time to wrap, so you need to take it one step at a time if you want to get a nice and delicious meal. This is one food in Akwa Ibom that takes a very long time. Like some of my friends will say, Akwa Ibom food takes too long, but at least at the end, you will have a delicious and nice meal. So you could see from my video, you know that it took me a very long time to wrap all that mixture. Mm. After a very long wrap, this is my ekpang. I added periwinkle, the remaining periwinkle. Then I went in with my bonga fish and my smoked fish. The next thing I added was my crayfish and my red pepper, the fresh one. Ekpang is one food that needs a lot of crayfish. So you could see I did justice to it by adding more crayfish. I added seasoning cubes to the food. This is my scent leaf that I'll be using later. I set my pot on fire. I'm using a local fire because this is the best way of cooking your ekpang. But if you don't have a local fire set like this, you can still use your whatever means you use in cooking. I added hot water to my Ekpang Nkukwo. You don't need to add cold water or warm water to it. Add your hot water because this is what we use in cooking Ekpang Nkukwo. You have to add it till it comes up. The Ekpang will be inside the water. It has to overflow. I covered my pot for like 10 to 15 minutes and I allowed it to cook. The next thing I did was to go check how my pan is doing and I went in with the spatula. I stirred it so that the hot water could go inside. I noticed the pan was too thick. I went in with more hot water for it. It depends on how you want it. I stirred it a little bit and I covered it again. I allow it to cook for a while. You need to put more fire, so I went in with more fire because you don't want it to separate the wraps. I went in again to check and I stirred my food around. You don't have to turn it as if you are cooking soup. You have to handle it as if you are handling a newborn baby. I went in with more seasoning cubes. I adjusted with more seasoning cubes and a little salt. I allowed it to cook. I added my red oil because what is Ekpang Nkukwo without red oil? You cover it for a little while again, maybe like 2-3 minutes. This is how it is. The oil has done justice to the food. I stirred it again because I don't want it to get burnt. Give it a stir. I keep stirring it till I am okay with it. What I did next was to add onions to the meal. I added pumpkin leaf and my scent leaf, which I have already sliced into tiny pieces. If you watched till this part of the video, I will say thank you. Please help me to subscribe, share, like, and leave a comment if you would love to try this recipe in your own. Thank you so much. That is how we cook Ekpang Nkukwo in Akwa Ibom. Please give it a trial. Bye and see you in my next video.